What would you do if the man that you loved one day disappeared off the face of the earth? Impossible? Not at all. It happens all the time. Have you seen these men? Their wives are desperate to find them. They say their husbands mysteriously disappeared. Please stay with us, because maybe you can help us find these missing husbands, or maybe you can keep this from happening to you. I am always surprised by the number of letters we get talking about people who have disappeared off the face of the earth. Now, today we're going to be showing you pictures of missing husbands. Their wives are desperate for them to come home. And we're going to give you a special phone number to call if you've seen these men. Later, we're going to find out the psychological reasons why this happens. And if it should happen to you or anyone you know, would you have the detective skills to find them yourself? Please meet Shirley. Her husband, Chuck, was a gambler, and her son had a drug problem. Now, because of all of these troubles, Shirley and Chuck were separated. Yet the love between them was so strong that they saw each other almost every day. Shirley, you and your husband, Chuck, were married 27 years, is that right? Mm-hmm. And as close as two people could be? Mm-hmm. Anything that I said
I shouldn't really say that, no. We had many problems because of me, because of my...
Because of you, Shirley?
Yeah.
How? What do you mean?
Well, let's say that sometimes you have to learn through something that's devastating in life how you should treat your husbands. You know, you don't
Shirley,
take them for granted.
I know what you're saying.
Please listen to me.
You're feeling terrible guilt.
I took my husband for granted. Very, very much so.
Shirley, you did not have anything to do with him disappearing. Unless there's something I don't know.
Yeah, well, you don't know this, yeah.
All right. Now, take us back to the night.
Yeah.
You had seen each other and you talked to 1 o'clock in the morning?
No, before that, I work in a beauty shop that's located in a shopping center. And when I came out that afternoon, it was around 5 o'clock. Work was over, and I found out that my car was stolen.
Oh.
So we called the police, and they did what they had to, and then my girlfriend and I, as crazy as we were hunting for my car. And that wasn't until about 11:45 at night. So when I came home that night, I called my husband. I was supposed to call him anyway because that Friday night I was over to where he lived. And we had a little argument, but that was an everyday thing. And he said to me, Shirley, please call me tomorrow night. We'll do something if you want to do something. We'll go out. So anyway, when I came home, it was about 11:45, 12 o'clock at night. And I called him and I said, Chuck, please come over. Something terrible has happened. Anyway, so he says, Shirley, I'll be right over. So when he came over, he jumped out of the car and he said to me, Shirley, are you and Daryl okay? Daryl was my son, is my son. And I said, Chuck, yeah, we're fine, but my car was stolen. He says, don't worry about that. We could handle that. We could take care of that. So then we just sat in the car talking, and it was about 1 o'clock. And we saw a lot of each other, like 3 times a week, sometimes even more.
Well, you were married 27 years.
Yes. And it's just like you could care about a person, but you just can't live together. This is what's our problem.
But you've been beating yourself, I'm getting the feeling you've been beating yourself up awfully.
No.
For not being...
No. Right, I mean, it was... Sometimes through tragedy you grow, and pain you grow.
That's right.
And I've grown.
Steel with fire.
Yeah. And I knew that the day after he left. there was a reason for this, and I have to bring God into this, and he was letting me know that you could just be on people so much.
Explain something to me.
Mm-hmm.
When he left you at 1 o'clock, he said, I'll see you?
No, I said to him, Chuck, we always went to church. We went out almost every Sunday, and no matter where we were, we went to church. And I said, Chuck, please, things are going so badly. We really have to go to church tomorrow. He says, sure, I'll pick you up tomorrow, 11 o'clock for church.
Never showed up.
And when he said, there was never a time, only one time, that he got the time mixed up. Instead of coming at 12 o'clock, he came at 11.
Are you automatically assuming? Let me go down some facts to help people out. All right. You went to his place where he was living, kind of a rooming house?
Yeah, but that was, let me tell you, anyway, when he left me at 1 o'clock in the morning, I said to him, Chuck, please, we were supposed to go to Lake George. That was on Saturday. We were supposed to go to Lake George Tuesday and Wednesday of the coming week. And I said, please, don't let this interfere. My car being stolen with our trip, right?
Okay, go ahead.
Anyway, so he says, no, everything will be fine. So he left me. It was about 1 o'clock, and between the hours of 11 o'clock and 6:30 in the morning, well, it was really between 6 and 6:30, his room was torched.
Now, Shirley, there's some things here. Your husband was a gambler by profession?
Well, let's just put it this way. He had a gambling problem, but that was solved.
But wait a minute.
Yes.
Wait a minute.
It had
what you and I
nothing-
know are solved may not be solved. 2, a car disappears. 3, a room is torched.
Yeah.
Now, let's take 2 suppositions. Supposition number 1, Shirley, he left because you two were not getting along, or he wanted you out of his life, or he disappeared.
But we were like this for like 27 years, and when we went together, we were the same way. That's the irony of the whole thing.
Okay, or there's foul play.
No, with the gambling, I know for a fact that was...
But if you had to choose one of those 2, which would it be?
Say me more. Because of me.
Now, wait a minute.
My behavior,
You just said to me, we've been fighting for 27 years. Could it be, it wouldn't be you that would cause a man to just disappear off the face of the earth with his torch his own room and disappear off the face of the earth? And a car missing?
And he left his 32-year job.
And he had a job for 32 years?
Yes. And he never...
And you are still saying you're to blame because you weren't nice to the man, or as nice as you should have been. Now, I'm not doubting that you grow through the experience. But I'm asking you, do you think the experience has